I'm so bad at talking about this shit. I'm sorry guys if I'm all over the place.
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
Hey guys, today we're gonna talk about, we're gonna update you on my moving situation, which I am just so excited to get over with. But first, look how awesome my Harley Quinn pleather slash whatever the fuck else PVC hat I got from PAX last year. So I'm using Vlad's stick again, which is awesome. It gives me like, I'm actually sitting in the regular place, but I'm filming with Vlad. So yeah, if it looks like a real video, no, I can shake it around like that. And it's funny because I'm looking in the viewfinder of my actual camera and Vlad's right in front of it, so all I'm seeing is a focused in version of Vlad's asshole, which is really cool. Sorry if you guys don't like the tangents. If you don't like tangents, you're probably not gonna like this video because this is an update on my life, and if you guys aren't interested in my life or my moving process and all of the things that go into that, it's gonna get pretty technical and pretty irrelevant if you are just in it for the boobs. If you wanna just sit here and watch me, and you know, you like the bra that I'm wearing today and the tits, that's fine too. Sit back, relax, mute the fuck out of me, and I'll see you at the end of the video where you give me a like, because you know I'm fine with that kind of shit. I like you too, guys. Mwah! Alright, so if you guys don't know, I'm moving in June to Vegas. I want to move to Vegas for a multitude of reasons. At first I wasn't really happy about leaving Seattle. I really like Seattle, especially because it rains, but one of the main reasons is I need AC, and there is no AC here. It's really hard to find a building unless it's like brand new that actually has AC built in, and it would be like a couple grand to put it in. Also, the cost of living here is almost the cost of living in like Los Angeles or New York. It's very high. Maybe not New York. New York's like in fucking insane, but it's like LA, and LA is very expensive. If you guys don't know, the property fucking whatever the fuck in Vegas, it's getting higher, it's rising a little bit, property values and things, but it's so fucking cheap. I can get a mansion there for what I would pay to get a pretty shitty like 2-bedroom house here, and I'm looking for more room because I want to have extra rooms so that if anyone comes into town they can stay with me, but the main reason is to have setups for you guys. I'm so excited to move and have more room. This place right here is about 1,000 square feet, a little less than 1,000 square feet, and I'm making do with what I have, and I'm making do pretty well, but the fact that I just don't have any room to do full body shots, I don't have any room that isn't completely cluttered. I have so much stuff now since I've been collecting and you guys have been sending me things. I just need more room, and I want to do full setups. Like when I move, I'm actually gonna have a setup for sex ed and a setup for shit Tara says, kind of like Rob Dyke has for why would you put that on the internet and other things. I want a whole set, like literally an area that's just for that one series of videos that looks extremely professional, and I want to have a place where I can do full body stuff. I want to have you know, a backyard of my own or a place of my own where I can film outside if I'd like to. I would film a lot of Vlad vlogs outside with like a nice pretty background, maybe a palm tree in the back, and I just want a place of my own. As you guys know, I've been having issues with my upstairs neighbors, and if you guys didn't see it yet, I made a 3-part or 4-part, I'm not quite sure, series of me checking out new houses for construction, and I was thinking about buying a brand new house, but it's looking like, honestly, with all of the bad reviews and things on new constructions, that you're just not getting the quality that you know, initially want to pay for, and you're also paying more because it's a brand new house, and it's looking like construction is just higher quality if you go for something that's a few years old, so I'm okay with that. The reason I wanted something brand new was because I just wanted something that was wholly mine, and if I can afford it, I wanted something that just is brand new. No one's lived in it. No one's, you know, fucked up the little edges. I have a thing. I have like it's like a neurotic thing where I just can't stand how dirty the bottom little panels near the floor that are like usually white, how they get dust on top of them and how they get nicked and stuff. And I would spend so much time going through a house that someone's lived in, like repainting all that stuff and like cleaning out the grime that gets stuck in the corners on the floor, especially with tile and things like that. And you know, someone's shat in my bathroom, and I know this is like fucking first world problems and it shouldn't be something that I even care about or consider when it comes to buying my own home. I should be just feeling lucky that I can buy my own home, and honestly I am feeling very lucky that things have worked out for me, and I thank you guys so much who have helped me get to that part and that process in my life. But if I have the money and if I care to spend that money on, you know, certain luxuries that are personal to me, I don't see anything wrong with that. It's my money. and I sacrifice other luxuries like new cars, having kids, which is not a luxury, it's like an anti-luxury to me, but that's very expensive as well. I don't have student loans, although I am helping Jay pay off his student loans, which are hellacious. They're like in the 150,000s now. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on a tangent. If you have a problem with what I do with my money, you can just, you know, unsubscribe and fuck off. I don't give a shit. But, yeah, I showed you guys going through checking out all these new houses, and I was told up and down by my real estate agent, which I have one of in Vegas. She's cool, she's alright, but I'm a little bit jaded about her and the whole process because the builders and the agent were both telling me that they'll work with my situation, that self-employed people get an interview with lenders, and that they work with certain, you know, nuances in situations of people who own their own business, like, oh, you know, I wrote off a lot, or I do this and that and my income fluctuates and stuff like that. None of that was true. When I spoke to two of the lenders that they actually referred me to, and they both gave me the exact equation for what goes on. They take your last two tax returns, they see your net income. Okay, so what I do as what I did as a professional model and what I do as a streamer slash YouTuber is I write off as much as I possibly can, and there are a lot of things that aren't necessarily integral for my business that I can write off because they do help my business. Things like when I was modeling, things like different clothing, and when I bought bikinis for shoots, or even plastic surgery I used to be able to write off because it was something that helped my business. And those things, my business would still function without those things. And yes, that was, in my eyes, considered a luxury that I was spending my own extra money on. But because I wrote off so much, and because I was able to write off so much, my net income was quite low for the last 2 years. And because of that, because it's only an equation that the lenders take, this is getting a bit technical, hopefully I'm explaining it correctly, but basically what they do is they take your net income. So let's say my net income is something really low, like $8,000, because I write off a lot. I don't remember what it actually was. And then they divide that by 24, so they get your monthly income, and then they only allow you to get a house, or they only what's it called? They only will lend you enough for a house that is like 30% of that. And it's not just the mortgage that they account for all of the closing costs and all of the other like random things that make that. So if I wanted, like, let's say I wanted to pay $1,200 a month for a mortgage, they would also factor in a bunch of the thousands of dollars and the other payments that you have, and the cost of sewage and all the other shit that you have to pay for when you own your own house. They factor that into the maximum that they'll allow you to lend out, and they don't factor in how much you want to put down, but they say that you have to put down 10% or something like that. There might be a few disparities in what I'm saying because I'm just telling you what I remember, but it's almost all the way 100% factual. I'm remembering it pretty well. And both of the lenders acted like, no, there's no leeway. We don't think about what you make. We don't look at your the income coming in and out of your bank account or your PayPal, or we're not gonna, you know, even take a look at your proof that you make this on Patreon or you make that on the back end of YouTube analytics. We're not gonna look at any of that. It's just what you wrote off in your net income, and it has to do with that. So I was fucked, basically. It was really bad too. I wrote off as much as I possibly could. I wrote off when I would, all of the tax deductible times that I, donated to charities. I literally wrote off everything. I can write off my internet because I'm a streamer and because my business is mostly online. I can write off my whole apartment because I use my whole apartment to make videos and make content, and I have setups here, and it's basically like, oh my god, am I sweating? Whew. It's basically like I use the whole apartment, and you actually can write off everything that you use if you work from home, and I use all of it except for the bathroom, so I wrote off all of it except for the fucking bathroom, right? And because I wrote so much off and because I paid so little in back taxes, I was just basically fucked. I could get a house that was $800 a month or something ridiculous like that, and you know, it would get me like a 2 or 3 bedroom, oldish, not that great, not modern house in Vegas, because Vegas is pretty fucking cheap. I think I can get my dream home for $2K a month mortgage, which is just fucking amazing. Like, thinking about it is so awesome. But, so, we're not buying. That's the end of the story. And initially, I was reverting back to my old selfish, like, not selfish, but like just ridiculous. When I was younger, since I was an only child and I got pretty much everything I wanted, I would have immense emotional distress anytime I didn't get what I wanted when I really wanted something. I remember there was this time when I was younger that I had face paint, and then I cried for whatever reason, and the face paint went off, and the face paint got ruined, and I really wanted to go home with that face paint and show my friends. I was really young, not like, you know, really young, before I was a person. And I cried and cried and cried and had my mom go back and get me the same face painting again because I would not have it any other way going home without that face paint. And I've transcended that for the most part, but inside me, I was thinking, I'm not fucking moving if I don't get to own. I don't want to fucking rent and move again, and oh my god, and I was being a spoiled little bitch inside my head. But then I just reverted back to the smart, intelligent, reasonable, non-fucking selfish as fuck, non-stupid as fuck Tara, and I was like, you know what, it's okay. We'll move down there because I can't stay here any longer. I just can't. It's crowding me. I love this little apartment. This is the first place I've ever lived besides my parents' house. I love it. It's done wonders for me. It's been amazing. When I moved in, it was so cute. Even though it doesn't have real granite or real stainless steel appliances, which is something for some reason I have a fetish for. Even though the kitchen is in the living room, which is in the entryway and all that stuff, and it's a small apartment, and I pay $1,700 a month for it now. I love this place, but I'm ready to move on. I have outgrown this place, and it's okay if I have to rent for a year. So this year's tax return and next year's tax return, I'm not gonna write as much off. I'm gonna make sure that I have as much net income as I possibly can. I'm probably gonna have like $15,000 to pay for tax in back taxes and stuff this year, which kind of sucks, but I want my dream house, and if I have to wait 2 years or a year for it, it's fine. If I have to rent a place and not have the absolute perfect setup for a while, that's fine. I have a little bit, like, one of the reasons why I don't like renting is because I'm just like, it's like a money sink into something that I don't own, and it's just like bad business. They say often that if you're investing in real estate, that's almost never a bad idea, and I want to get that going as quickly as possible, especially before the housing market rises even more in Vegas and I have to pay even more for the dream house that I want. But I don't want extravagance. I just want modern, cute, probably like 4 bedrooms so I can have all of the sets that I want. I want some form of a small backyard, and maybe one day if I have some extra money I'll invest in a cute little pool and we can do pool videos. But pretty much everything I want the house for is just a gamer bachelorette den. And yes, Jay is moving with me, so it's a bachelor slash bachelorette den that is just good for my content, that allows me to make incredible content that I've always wanted, that allows me the space to, if I want to do a clothing haul, I can show you full body on that clothing haul. I can have multiple setups. I just want everything to not feel so cluttered and be so dirty, and it's gonna help Jay with his dust mite allergy because, oh my god, look at this shit. Just like, it's such a small area, and he's fucking, I feel bad for him that we found out he's allergic to dust mites, holy shit. But yeah, if you guys want more information on the housing, the decline in the housing market, there's a really good movie, I forget what it's called, and it has, I think, not Edward Norton, Christian Bale and even Brad Pitt a little bit in there. But you guys should watch it. I'll post the name in the description because I'm probably not going to edit it in. But before that, they were like lending out to everyone. They were doing really risky loans, and it was, the movie's actually really good. It's not as boring as it sounds. But after that, that's basically why I'm fucked. They're so stringent on the lending process with people who are self-employed. And I actually have a friend down in Vegas who went through the same thing, and he had to put like so much down on his fucking house to get his house because he couldn't prove that he made that much to the lenders and stuff. So he had to effectively put down like half the money in cash on the house so that the house was, you know, not, you know, didn't, what's it called? I'm so bad at talking about this shit. I'm sorry guys if I'm all over the place. You know, like if you pay off 100 grand on a 200 grand house, the house is effectively to the lenders only 100 grand, so they only have to lend out 100 grand. And you know, he had to do that, something that insane in order to prove that he makes that much. And honestly, it makes sense. They don't want to just like get fucked over and never get their money back. But if I can sit here, there's nuance in people owning their own businesses or being, like doing the stuff that I do, you know? So like I could have not done any of the procedures or not bought so many clothing purchases and stuff like that, and so many technological purchases, and I didn't have to spend so much or write off so much of my internet and stuff, because, you know, obviously the internet is like 90% for work, but it's also 10% for jerking off and watching porn and shit, right? So like there are so many things that I could have done, and I can express to them that I wrote this stuff off because it is for my business. But if I ever have to not pay that much to run my business or not invest into my business that much that year because I'm buying a new house, I can definitely do that, and I can prove my income and prove how much I make a month. But you know, it didn't matter in the end, and I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm just gonna move down there like a fucking badass. Oh, I also have to, one thing, it is gonna be in June. I'm not sure if it's gonna be in early June or late June, because I want my mom to drive the stuff down there. She has a CDL, she's a school bus driver, so she has a CDL so she can drive semis and stuff, and I wanna rent a U-Haul big enough to just take my stuff down there so it's safe, because I have anxiety about just having some random moving company drive my shit down there, you know? And so she gets out of work when school gets out because she's a school bus driver, and I don't think she's willing to take time off to drive my stuff down there. So I'm probably gonna have to pay $2,500 or something a month for this place for that last month, or break out of my lease and pay double $1,700, break out of a new lease because I have to pay double what the monthly cost is or whatever. So I don't know what I'm gonna do on that front, and I'll let you guys know when I get closer. Something that's nice though about moving down there and renting is that you only have to start looking for a place like a month or so before you move. It's not as hectic, and it's not as crazy if you're planning on just moving. Okay, my thing's gonna stop. Let me just stop it, man. Okay, it's not as crazy and hectic if you're just planning on renting, because you don't have to, you know, drive. This is like so much crazier if you're planning on owning, and I like the fact that I'm gonna be able to do the owning process when I'm in the same state, so that'll be nice. I don't know, those are my updates. Still moving in June, not gonna be buying initially, but I plan on buying in 2018 as soon as I file my tax return, because I have this year's tax return that I can file, and then next year's, and then I have the 2 years, the 24 months, proving that I make enough to afford my dream house, and then I'll get the lending process going, and everything will be great. I have contact with my real estate agent who sends me houses that I can rent in my price range, which is $1,500 to $1,700 or something like that. So I want to stay low because I want to save as much as I possibly can, and I'm not spending a lot of money. I haven't bought any new clothes or any new things that I wasn't already gonna buy for a while. I've been saving pretty well actually, and I'm very proud of myself because I'm not really good at saving, but I need to be good at saving, because you never know when I might hit a rough patch, or you never know when I might want to open my own business or do something else with my life, and I just want to make sure that I have the options afforded to me when that time comes. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting me and being part of this journey with me. If this was boring to you, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try to make this a superfluous video for the week, so it's not like, oh, this is what you get, me talking about my life and moving and crap like that. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah! Don't forget to check out the other videos over here on the right in the end screen, and I just love you guys so much. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and let me know if you have any advice, if you're a real estate agent or if you've gone through the process, what you think I should do. If you are someone who bought a house being self-employed, please let me know, because that would be very interesting to me. A lot of people don't seem to be in the same boat as I am, so it's nice to share stories. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye bye.